Yo, what up, YouTube? Hitting you with a quick update. So what's that? What's that right there? What's that right there? That's a rear tire. That's a rear tire. You see that shit? QP. All right, so we got this bitch back, and as you can tell, it fits. So I got it back a few days ago. Haven't really had time to mess with it, so I'm just giving you a quick update. So here's where we sit. These are not the 275s. Those are right there. These are just the 245s. So these would have been the wheels I had on the front. So these are the deeper of the F-body wheels. These are still an 8-inch wide wheel. So these are the deeper ones. So there you go. Car's dirty as hell. That's our spacing now. Plenty of room on each side. Look at all that room. Shit, can't wait to get some meats on here. I might actually have I can't even think of what your YouTube name is, but CJ Monte Carlo boy. I might even have him bring over his 10-inch wides with his Mickey Thompsons and see how well those fit, just for future reference. So here's our backspace now. It's a lot of space, and here's our gap with the wheel. It's a lot of space. So let me go over here. Sorry guys. Yeah, come on. So I think they ended up actually putting different ends on this thing too. I don't know, but I no longer have a gap right there where the brake bracket would have met. There's not a gap like there was. My rotors and everything are fitting now. My pads and all that shit are on there. Yeah, my calipers and brackets and look horrible. So everything fits now. Rear end's up in here. It's all bolted in, just shocks on just to hold it up. So everything fits good. Yeah, not a whole lot to update about it. Just I got it in. I went ahead and test fit it. So everything's looking pretty damn good. Yeah. So the only other thing I might do with this, I don't know if I'll do it now or, I mean, the car is going to be down for the rest of the year more than likely. So maybe I will save my money, but I kind of want to buy some different upper control arms. I was looking at the Spones because I think they might be shorter, because these things are bottomed out as far as they'll go, and I don't know if you can see that, but my pinion angle I think needs to come down more. It's positive, and I believe it should be like 1 degree negative, and then that will also, I don't know if you can notice that, but that should also line up my spring perches a little better. So yeah, I might save some money and buy those Spone upper control arms, the nice ones. I might see if CJ will let me use one of his or take one of his off and check the length of his. So anyway guys, I don't want to talk your ear off. I was just letting you know I got her back. She fits good. We actually got one of the right wheels up in this bitch now. Let's take one more peek at what it looked like. So now it rides right. No more tire rub, hopefully. The wheels are sitting there properly. And now I can actually get some meats in there. Like them bad bitches. Alright guys. All up in Chris's face.
Well, the coast side is sitting pretty nice. The drive side is sitting a little low.
Yeah. Almost like it didn't move much.
It did change one side.
Yo, what up, guys? All right, so I'm gonna throw this right in the mix. This is probably mostly pictures. As you see, we got the rear end here. After quite a few hours of wrestling with this fucking thing, trying to get the backlash right and the gears right and everything, we finally got it set perfect. We were battling with shim sizes, and we finally got our heads out of our asses and started using some different shims that they supplied us with, and we finally got it right. We finally got the pinion set right. Everything is looking great. Our teeth marks are right in the center. Here, let me show you. So we got our teeth marks right in the centers, both sides. I'm gonna make this short and sweet because my phone's almost dead. Burning some late night oil here. It's a little after 11 o'clock. We weren't anticipating on doing this long. So right now she's about ready to get ready for her final assembly. So I just pressed on the pinion bearings. We got the shims in there. I'm about to set the torque or tighten up these main studs one last time, and then she's gonna get put together. So I'll probably take a few pictures. Probably won't be taking too many videos because I want to get this thing together tonight. So, all right, guys. All right, y'all. We're back at the crib. We're getting some paint on this thing. I want to try to salvage a little bit of what I got left of the summer here. So we're just throwing some spray paint on it, and we're going to get it up in the ride. Hopefully in the next couple days we'll have it all back together. We're gonna try to put new brake lines on it because mine they worked, but they weren't the prettiest things. So this is first coat. I'm leaving those little spots there bearish, because I'm gonna rotate it, and then whenever I put it back in the car, I'll probably just rough up those little sections and then just shoot some paint on it real quick. Honestly, I shouldn't even worry about it because that's where the sway bar will be, so it's gonna fuck up the paint anyway. So I'll probably just put a light coat over it. But anyway, we're just getting a real light coat of paint on here. This is my second coat. I'll probably do a couple more light coats just to get some paint on it. It doesn't need to look great, it just needs to be painted. So anyway, she's all together. We were hard at it till almost 1 in the morning. If anybody's ever put a new rear end together, once we got our backlash right, we realized our pinion depth wasn't right. So we took it apart a few times. We added pinion shims because you want your teeth marks to be right in the center of the gear. You want space from the top of the gear, and you want space from the bottom, like the deep groove of the gear. You want it right in the middle, but you need it basically, like I said, just right in the middle. So it took us a while to get there. And if anybody's ever done this, you cannot reuse the pinion nut. You have to use a brand new pinion nut. It took me and my buddy Chris everything he had. I weigh about 50 more pounds than he does, so I was basically laying on top of this thing, holding it down, while he used every ounce of strength he had to turn that fucking pinion nut a 1/16 of an inch at a time. I think our highest torque rating was almost 270 pounds to get the right preload on that bearing, because that nut is a crush nut, it's a lock nut, plus you have your crush sleeve. So you're working against the lock nut and then eventually you hit the crush sleeve, and then you're pushing you're squeezing that crush sleeve ever so slightly. But we finally hit our preload, which I think, if I remember right, was 16 to 28, and I think we got it to about 21. So we're in the middle of our tolerance there. And I can't remember where our backlash was. It was fucking late. I want to say it was like 10. I think our backlash was 10, and I believe it was 6 to 12 or 6 to 14. I can't remember now. Maybe it was 8 to 12. I think it was 8 to 12. I'd have to look again. I really don't remember. Anyway, so we got it all set up right. The gears are perfect. I'm gonna shoot some more paint on here. I'll go ahead and throw that. I'll get it finished, painted, and I'll throw it up in the video. All right, guys. All right, tube. We got her in. She is 100% in here. Brake lines are ran. Everything is hooked up. I don't have any fluid in it. My buddy just ordered the fluid for me last night. I'm gonna run AMSOIL. I think it's 75, 140 weight or something. That's just what is stock with these. This isn't just a strip only car. It's, you know, a street car. So I'm just gonna run the stock fluid. Yeah. So it's in. I ended up adjusting my lower control arms out because I never have, and I thought I'd just mess with that. And it actually brought my pinion down. So my pinion now is actually, and I just measured it, I put the weight of the car on the rear end and got it off the jack stand, so the weight of the car was on it. That's not necessarily ride height, but pretty close. And now my pinion angle is actually down about 3 degrees. So it's at 0, if not just a little bit lower. And I wanted this thing to be at about -1 to -2, because you got to think about rotation. So when you're going at it, the rear end wants to do this number. So anyway, so it should be almost damn close. I measured all my links here. I measured everything, so everything's squared up. These are now equal distances. That's probably about all I'll do for myself right now. I'm gonna wait until it gets powder coated and gets put back in again before I go take it and get it fully aligned. So that'll be good. And maybe it'll be fine just the way I just did it. But anyway, so yeah, progress. Like I said, no fluid in it. I still gotta bleed the brakes. But other than that, this bitch is in here. And I am super excited. I wanted to have this thing together for next weekend, so go me. Anyway, I got fluid coming here the next couple days. I got a buddy coming by here in a couple days to help me bleed the brakes, and I think we will be good to go. All she'll need after that is a little gas, and yeah, we'll be on the road and hopefully kicking some ass. I got to try to get my tires swapped over, possibly. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. No matter what, I got to get them swapped, so I'm going to try to find time this week. I'm supposed to be working long hours this week, so I don't know how this is going to work out. But anyway, all right, guys, I won't talk your ear off. I just wanted to let y'all know that this bitch is in and she is settled. So we're good. All right, y'all.